Klaar voor die werk. kan ten minste nou uiteindelik daai stuk speel. Dan moet ek net die res van die liedjie leer. Hoe gaan hy nou weer? Ja. Ek dink. And tips to duet. You must hate it in your kop. To get songs quick in your head. Learn to identify the patterns. That is, I think, the only real shortcut or anything. Learn to identify the patterns. So if you know the chord progression, then you know the song. And you can fill in the blanks a lot easier because the people who wrote the song used the chord progression to create whatever lines, whatever parts or whatever. So you can sort of start assuming what the parts are before you actually learn them. So yeah, so learn to spot the patterns. There'll be various patterns, various rhythmic patterns that are taking place. What's up, Rishan? How are you doing? Shouldn't you be in school? Hopefully it's lunchtime or break time. But yeah, learn to spot certain rhythmic and harmonic patterns. So if it's the chord progression, you'll see there's so many patterns that are taking place. So like the intro will most likely be the same chord progression as any instrumental or something like that. Sometimes they just repeat the same chord progression over and over and over. Then once you know that, you just need to find out what are the rhythms that are maybe repeating. Like is it everything anticipated? Like is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, like anticipated or something. So that'll repeat over and over and over and over. But I think that's the two main things. And then I think just a coping one will be you'll need to just learn more songs. The more songs you learn, the more songs you have in your repertoire, the faster you'll be able to pull certain existing patterns from those songs and apply it to, or rather match them with a new song that you're learning. Like whenever I learn a song now, I'm not learning the song for the first time, even though I've just heard it for the first time. The thing is, the song that I'm currently learning is essentially just a remix or a mashup of various songs that I've already learned. So then I draw comparisons between the two, or between this new song and my repertoire, which could be 50 different songs. And because I've already learned them, I can extrapolate that onto this song. So you don't actually have to learn a new song per se. Some of the details, sure, but like the new song itself, you won't actually have to start from scratch every single time, as long as you do your repertoire properly. You have holiday. Very nice to hear. Have I broken a guitar? No, thank goodness. There's always that fear, but I've at least not broken a guitar. I've broken many strings, but that was mainly because I restrung my strings incorrectly. But I've learned my lesson, and yeah, maybe use example of chord progressions and fill in the gaps. Sure. So let me quickly just get a clean tone. It's gonna make more sense to use a clean tone for this. Oh, I'm so glad the Iceman's fixed. Oh man, that's such a depressing story. Oh. So Ricard, let's have a look. So let's do a 1-4-6-5. Just that super common chord progression, 1-4-6-5. So let's say we're in the key of A. So now I have my E shape, my A shape, my A shape again, my A shape again. Alright. So oh, you're doing it. Do you know how to solder, and or as the Americans say, do you know how to solder? Can you solder? How to do the soldering process and some of the electronic stuff, because that I still have to learn that. I can solder other stuff, but with guitar pickups I've never tried that. That's very, very good to hear. It's a good skill to have. Okay, so Ricard, we have the E shape, A shape, A shape, A shape. But now I'm gonna just ignore the low 3 strings. So let's say the rhythm of the song goes like 3, 4 to go, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. You sort of fill in those gaps. That sort of idea. So you just play along the high register notes of the chord. Obviously, if there is a distinct melody, like then you'll have to learn that. But this is like, it's all based on the chords. So like if I'm in my E position now, or my G position, then I'll be like a So that's the idea. Like all of that is just purely improvised based on the chords that we just played. And I guess you can call it improvisation, but it is essentially me pulling from my repertoire, existing licks, existing riffs, existing songs, and just imposing it over a specific chord progression. And like, yeah, so technically improvisation, there's a few theories about improvisation, that nothing is truly improvised. Everything is sort of a mashup of things you've already learned, just edited a little bit. Another one, I think Troy Stettiner sort of had a way of explaining this very well, but I can't remember his way, about how you want to break from that and sort of do something totally new. But I have no idea how to do that. I still have to read his book. But yeah, this is the basic idea. You just have your chord progression. play the notes in it. So depending on what the vocals are doing, I'll also know that I probably won't be playing while they're singing, or I won't be adding like lines while they're singing. Like I don't know what the vocal melody is. So it's like, I hope this makes sense. Like, but the whole idea is learn as many songs as possible, and then you'll sort of notice the patterns of a new song you're trying to learn, harmonically and rhythmically, and you can impose those patterns that you've already learned onto this new song. So you don't learn a new song from scratch ever, really. The very first song you learn, obviously you learn from scratch because you don't have any sort of framework to pull from. But that's the whole idea about learning new songs faster. Right, let me just check here, Rishan. An Evertune bridge. Oh boy. That is, I think, a very, very difficult thing to do. Because you're going to have to drill into the body of the guitar. I don't know if it's going to work necessarily. Very, very scary. Yeah, I do have distortion. Like. Ricard? Beat it. It's a really cool song. Just have to learn it properly. It's probably wrong, but I'll learn it properly eventually. And the solo, obviously. All the tapping stuff that it does. Pinch harmonics is really just, I think you might just misunderstand how it works. So pinch harmonics is very, very similar to just natural harmonics. And the physics behind it is you pretty much halve the vibrating string in various places. So right now, the string is vibrating this big from here to here, and the midpoint of that will be here, 12th fret. Now if you cut that in half again from here to here, it will be here. And then if you cut that in half again, that's going to be somewhere in here. And you can keep cutting it in half and half and half and half. So now you obviously want to do a pinch harmonic over here. So now you take your half point, you cut it in half again, like somewhere there, and then you just keep halving it and halving it and halving it. That's the physics behind it. You're not actually gonna have to halve or like physically measure the stuff. You can if you want, but I mean that's not practical. So that's just the understanding of it. So each pinch harmonic, depending on where you're fretting, is going to be located at a specific place here. So like right now, I'm going to do here. You see, so depending on where you're fretting, it's going to determine where that specific pinch harmonic is. That one's pretty cool. And now I'm on the 9th fret G string, but if I want to actually move it, you can't find the notes. Oh shit, man. So I found one pinch harmonic here, and then you need to move proportionately. Like I'm moving maybe a distance like this big on the fretboard, but my right hand is going to have to move a distance proportionately about this big. So just also make sure that you're holding your pick in a specific way. If you're holding it with too much protrusion, it's going to be, let me just see if I can use my forehead as a background. If you're using too much of a, my word, if it's protruding too much, it's going to be hard to get the flesh of your thumb to actually touch the string, which is going to produce the harmonic. So I have like very little, very little of the pick sticking out. So then it's sort of like it's a forearm twist in order to get that hit. So I'll go like this. So normally when I pick, it's just a wrist motion, but when I want to pinch harmonic, it's a bit of a forearm twist, so that I pick and then immediately my thumb hits the string. So but yeah, fret a note, pick in various places horizontally on the one string, and then eventually you'll find some of the harmonics. It does help if you have distortion, but yeah, that's the way you're gonna have to start fishing for them. So that's the idea behind pinch harmonics. Eric B. Helps if you have a lot of distortion. That sort of compresses your signal and boosts the harmonic. If you end a line or something with a pinch harmonic, it's pretty badass. Sometimes it's hard to find. Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, now I gotta get to work. So thank you for joining, man. I hope you enjoy your holiday, and yeah, I'll check you guys in the next one.